All right, you guys, today we're going to do a new spelling rule, and we're going to talk about contractions this week. A contraction is when you take one word formed from two words. So you have two words, like in you will, and you form one word, you'll. So I mark off my first consonant and then my vowel. And once I get to my vowel of my second word, that's where I add my apostrophe and my ending. So I take out W and I create you'll. Okay? All right, your sentences for this week, there are 5, and if at any time you need to, you can pause, rewind, or stop the video to work with your partners. And you're using your Google Chromebook, so you can still pause it and stop it and talk with your partners if you need help with the sentence before you write it. Or pause after a sentence, correct everybody's sentence, and then write the next one. All right, number 1, they're going to the store on Tuesday. Number 1, they're going to the store on Tuesday. And this is the contraction there, like they are. Number 2, there's a desk for you to sit in, the teacher said. There's a desk for you to sit in, the teacher said. Now think about that sentence. It has dialogue in it. So think about what I need to do when I write dialogue. There are some grammar techniques I need to use when I'm writing dialogue. Number 2, there's a desk for you to sit in, the teacher said. Now these are sentences, so make sure I'm using the appropriate capitalization and punctuation at the end. Number 3, we shouldn't throw paper on the floor. Now I'm going to read it again and listen to how I read it. We shouldn't throw paper on the floor. Think about the punctuation. And my contraction word was shouldn't. Number 4, they'll give you time to write. Number 4, they'll give you time to write. And the contraction was they'll. Number 5, we're going outside. Number 5, we're going outside. The contraction is we're, like we are going outside. We're going outside. All right, right now you need to pause the video, rewind it if you need to hear a sentence again, check and make sure all of your partners have those sentences correct. All right. Now, number 1, my contraction was there, like they are. I took out the A and added the apostrophe. I put my punctuation. I capitalized the T in there at the beginning, and I also capitalized the T in Tuesday because it is a day of the week, an important day. Number 2, there's a desk for you to sit in, the teacher said. Now, this was my sentence with dialogue. What was the dialogue? What was said? There's a desk for you to sit in, so I put quotation marks. And then I always put my comma before I say who said it. So there's a desk for you to sit in, comma, the teacher said. Now the teacher is not a proper noun, teacher. If I'd have said her name, then I would have capitalized it, but I'm not going to capitalize teacher. My contraction was theirs. I could have said there is a desk or there's a desk. So I took out the I and is and added the apostrophe. Number 3, we shouldn't throw paper on the floor. Let me read that again. We shouldn't throw paper on the floor. I ended it with an exclamation point, capitalized my first letter of my first word, and my contraction was shouldn't, should not. Now, I told you that shouldn't is a rule breaker when it's following that mark off until I get to my vowel. I keep the N. I take off the O in not and add my apostrophe for the O. We talked about the not contractions. Number 4, they'll give you time to write. Capitalize the first letter, they'll, they will. I took out the W and the I and added the apostrophe and will. Give you time to write. I put my punctuation at the end. And number 5, we're going outside. We are going outside, we're going outside. I took out the A and R, just like in the word there, and put the apostrophe where A was. And I capitalized the first letter and put a punctuation at the end. If you have time remaining, which you should have about 5 minutes before the next group, you may type in Google Docs or write on a sheet of paper some contractions that you know of. And when you write them, I want you to write them how I showed you yesterday. Just like this. How you write the two words, you and will. You mark out what you take out, replace it with apostrophe, and then draw it where you show me the new word. Okay? If you're using Google Docs, you can type the two words and put like a plus sign between you and will, so you plus will would equal you'll, and put like an equal sign. If you need to help a partner doing this process, you may. All right, I know you worked well together, and do this until time for your group to be up.